What knowledge might save your life one day? The instinct of wolves will only cause them to attack, hunt you if they can intimidate you into fleeing from them. Standing your ground against a wolf pack will be terrifying, but will eventually cause them to bugger off. Learn a little bit about what is bulletproof/knife-proof. With shootings, stabbings happening daily around the world regardless of an area's laws, it's good information. People assume that things like cars are safe to hide behind when in reality one of the smallest bullets out there, the .22 LR, can go through two modern-day car doors. That sounds impossible to stop, but then one school textbook will stop the same bullet. It's all about the material of the bullet and how kinetic energy reacts once enough pressure is applied. I researched this pretty extensively after joining the military, so if anyone is curious I can discuss it in a bit more depth. The knowledge is interesting and I've taught and shown people in-person examples. People always seem surprised, and I hope they never are in a situation where the information is important. If you are arguing with someone and they suddenly become more quiet, nod with an expression, break eye contact and look away, often to the side or over their shoulder, you're about to be sucker punched. The amount of people that I've seen get dropped this way is frankly staggering, and taking a shot to the jaw can be extremely dangerous. If you are being kidnapped and forced into someone's car, try to kick out the taillight. This might get them to be pulled over by police. I've also heard you can kick through the taillight from the trunk in some vehicles. If you're being choked, turning your head to the right or left will allow you to breathe. Go for the eyes. Edit I. In this thread is some of the best advice on how to break from an attacker attempting to choke you. Really makes me want to get back into martial arts. Edit 2, courtesy you/MikePro93. Your first step is always to tuck your chin to your chest before they can even sink in a choke. Doesn't matter if it's a rear naked choke, think most chokes you see in MMA/action movies from behind, or a rape choke, two hands on your neck from the front. You also have to realize that chokes are fucking dangerous. Not quite as dangerous as the movies, where a person gets choked out in 3 seconds and dies, but still can cause lasting, permanent damage. There are two types of chokes, blood chokes and wind chokes. Blood chokes, like a rear naked choke, prevent oxygenated blood from getting to your brain, usually by compressing the arteries on the sides of your neck, the carotids. After 6-8 seconds, your brain nopes the fuck out, sends out SOS signals to your spinal cord, and you go unconscious. It's your brain's way of protecting itself and your heart. If you release immediately, the person will regain consciousness in 3-4 seconds as blood makes its way back to the brain. Now, and this is fucking important, if you hold that choke longer than 10-15 seconds, you are inflicting permanent, potentially irreversible brain damage. Longer than that, you seriously risk killing a person. Do not fuck around with your buddies when you're wrestling. You will kill someone. It can be hard to tell when someone goes unconscious if you don't know what you're looking for. As with blood chokes, their eyes usually stay open and the process is painless for the person getting choked. Wind chokes, unlike blood chokes, are much more painful and take longer to be effective. They ultimately accomplish the same goal, preventing oxygen to the brain, but do so by cutting off your ability to get air into your lungs. This is very painful, and takes much longer, 30-45 seconds. There's a truth to what everyone is saying here. If anyone ever tries to choke you with intent outside of a martial arts school, go feral. Claw, eye gouge, bite, and do not go quietly. But the only thing that will truly save you in this situation is being prepared. Furthermore, moaning yes daddy and winking at the attacker may give you the brief moment of confusion and shock you'll need to make that strike for the eyes. People care about and love you. During times of deep-rooted depression, it's easy to convince yourself otherwise. Avoid isolating yourself from the world. Talk to someone, anyone. Just remember that a depressed mind is very deceptive. It makes you believe that everything and everyone in this world is here to bring you down. We love you and there is hope. Let's grow old together. If you've received an injury to one of your lungs, or if you're coughing up a fluid, never turn onto your back or let anyone turn you onto your back. Turn onto one side. If it's the side of the injury, make sure it's that side, is so only that lung will fill with fluid, keeping your airway mostly clear. If you get put on your back, you will die. Source: knew a guy who worked in the police and saw far too often savable people getting turned onto their backs and dying within minutes. If you drive after being up for more than 17 hours, the level of your impairment is equal to legally being drunk. Don't drive while sleepy. Never, ever, go to the second location. I'm sure other people have said something similar to this already, but this is really important. If you get taken to the second location, your chances of making it out alive reduces to almost zero. If someone tries to kidnap you, do whatever you can to get them off you. Scream, kick, whatever. Your aim is to knock them out, hell, to kill them. The more of a fight you put up and the longer you stall, the more likely it is they will give up and leave. If you do get taken, make it rail. If you can, drop small items like a watch or earring periodically, and if you are in a vehicle, spit around the place, pull out pieces of your hair, wipe your blood on stuff. Basically put down as much DNA as you can. For women, changes in bowel habits can be an early sign of ovarian cancer. Get it checked out. From Australia: lost, broken down in the desert? Stay with your car. It's easier for rescuers to find a car than a person. Dig a space under the car and lay there during the day. The sand about 10 centimeters, 1 foot-ish, down will be cool. Don't come out until the sun goes down. If you do leave the car, don't leave a sign for rescuers as to which way you went, an arrow made out of sticks or car parts, etc. If you do leave your car, don't travel at night. Wait as long as you can after the sun sets to allow your eyes to accumulate with the dark before you set off. Find somewhere that will provide complete shade before sunrise, not partial shade or good shade. You need complete shade. When suffering from extreme dehydration and you find water, but not actual rescue, don't sleep until you pee. Temptation will be to drink a heap of water and then lie down under a tree. Don't. You're still dehydrated. Keep drinking water until you pee. When you pee, your body has decided it has enough water to let some out. Now you can have a nap. Do it under something that will provide complete shade when you wake up. Even if a person seems like they need your help, if the situation feels fishy, walk away and call the cops to help the person out. It's not worth dying over. People will always take advantage of helpful and nice individuals. Bushcraft is good to know should you find yourself stuck in the wild. Basic escape planning can do good in an urban environment. Know your exits. Active shooter, fire, whatever. Knowing where to go besides the door you came through can save your life. Just went to a new movie theater yesterday and the wife couldn't find the exit to the cinema we were in. Layout was alike, different, but I noted where we came in and where the exit door was without thinking about it. And the last little tidbit. If you are stuck in a disaster situation and desperately need water, you can get whatever water is left in a water heater by opening the release valve, usually a little spout at the bottom. If it doesn't come out, try opening the line by turning a faucet on. Depending on the size of your water heater, you have another 30 or so gallons of water. If you are in the wild and stumble upon a big heap of food and drink, don't consume it in one go very quickly because it could seriously shock your inside. If a power line falls down on the ground near you, it's safer to get away on only 1 foot, to avoid a high voltage difference between your feet. Better to drink water consistently throughout the day than drinking when thirsty. Army boot camp taught me this. The headresting piece of many cars are removable, and the end with the rods can be used as an object to break side windows if the doors are jammed for some reason. Just aim for any of the corners of the window, as they are the weakest points. May help if the car is on fire or underwater. 4 of my friends died because their car's electrical system failed when they fell into a canal. They weren't able to get out and all of them drowned. Another suggestion would be to keep a small hammer, or better yet a small fire extinguisher. Lockpicking is one of them. Might looks weird for other people, but knowing how to lockpick a door easily might save you if you ever get blocked inside, outside. Basic survival skills too, lighting a fire with what you find, what to or not to eat, etc. It's really easy to learn, too. If your plane ever lands on the sea/ocean/huge body of water and there is a single cloud on the sky, swim that way. Islands, continents make clouds. If you're starving and somehow manage to gain access to a polar bear corpse, don't eat the liver. It's got so much vitamin A that it'll cause an overdose and then death. Don't drive behind a truck with an open back that is carrying materials, e.g. metal, rods, logs, bricks, etc. They can come loose and fly back at great speed, impaling the driver or inhabitant of the vehicle behind the truck.